Hello everyone, welcome to another weekly training here in the Magnetic Marketing Secrets group. I'm so excited to have you here. I'm gonna wait for a couple of you to join, and if you're watching the replay, say what's up. Give me a hashtag replay. I love giving just little love, a little like to all my replay watchers, and I'm just gonna make sure that I'm going right in the correct group. I have some really juicy things to share with all of you. Okay, let me just make sure this is in the group, not in my personal page. Perfect. All right, so today we have an important topic to talk about. And as you join live, say what's up. Let me just make sure that I bring up the live stream on my phone. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments, but say what's up. I see people joining. So today we have I have a lot of important things to share with you. This is straight up from the content inside of my mastermind. This is straight up from the client attraction, from the premium client overflow challenge that I was gonna do. I decided to give you these trainings to give you some of the juicy nuggets. So today we're gonna talk about the art of magnetizing pre-motivated, pre-sold prospects or potential clients who are already inspired to work with you. And do it in a way where you don't have to change your niche, you don't have to change your audience. So we're gonna cover several things. I literally have notes here. So if you have a notebook, make sure that you bring your notebook. If you wanna watch the replay and take notes later, this is gonna be a really important lesson that is going to serve all of you if you are at the six-figure level and you want to go to multiple six figures by working less, and you want to work with premium clients, meaning people who are paying you a higher price point for your packages and who need less hand-holding. This is for you. If you are looking to get to the six-figure level without doing what most coaches do, which is creating low-ticket offers and trying to sell one course at $97 100 times a month. If you're like, no, that's not my vibe, I really want to go deeper in the transformation with my clients and I want to work with fewer people so that I can get to six figures in a way where I don't have to have complex funnels or hustle to get there, then this training is the perfect place to be. Some of my clients who join my masterminds and who are my private clients also are at the multiple six-figure level, are 500K, 700K, and they're wanting to go to seven figures and multiple seven figures. And this is the right place for you as well. In fact, yesterday I had an interview with one of my clients who was already at 400K a year. She joined the mastermind and now she's having 250K launches. So it's definitely for you. This concept applies to no matter where you're at in your business, but it definitely is for somebody who wants to go premium in terms of the type of clients that they want to attract. So let's talk about what is the art. So I'm gonna have some notes here and I wanna give you guys specific things that you can do. So we're gonna talk about the 3 practical steps to master the art of magnetizing pre-motivated and pre-sold prospects in your enrollment calls. And the first practical step is I wanna share with you what is the main thing that is important for you to have in order for people to join your call and be pre-motivated and pre-sold? Number 1, you don't think about the type of client that comes to a call already pre-motivated and pre-excited. This is not the type of client that is in a fearful, doubtful space. This is a client that has the ability to make a decision ahead of time and who trusts themselves, who has experience or probably evidence that success is something that's available to them, that they just even feel capable of being able to create the result that you promise or that you offer. And so this is not the type of client. This is what I call your best client. And this is what I help you define inside of my program. Who is your best client and who is the type of client that is not, that you want to filter out? Because so many of the people that I talk to who come to me, they're trying to appeal to all those people who need their help, right? And give me one in the comments. If you're like, listen, Juliana, I can help the people who need it the most, and sometimes they're the ones who are in the most struggle. They're struggling, but I know I can help them. And I totally understand that you have a big heart, you are coaching integrity, and you want to help people that you can help. The problem with that is that when you open your filters, when you remove the filter and you just accept anyone who you can help, there's a cost. And the cost is your energy and is the results of your other clients. Okay, your energy, because you are going to feel responsible to have everybody who joins, no matter, if they're in a disempowered state or an empowered state, you're going to feel the responsibility to feel like everybody has to get a result. And as we should, as coaches, right? Like we guide people to a result. But when you have people who are in an empowered state, who are in a place where they are not only ready to make a decision, but also ready to take action, it's much easier for you as a coach to guide them through your program. Versus if you let anyone in who is in any stage, there's going to be a lot of different ways in which they're going to show up to obstacles, to challenges. And a lot of the times those people who don't trust themselves, who are not ready to make a decision on their own, or who don't trust that the possibility is even like available to them, they're going to come and really kind of like need more of your energy and need more hand holding. Or if you have a group container, they're going to kind of like really just like it's going to need more hand holding from everybody in the container. And so it's so important that we understand that we are in full control of the type of clients that we want to attract. They don't just show up because, I don't know, the universe just guides them to us. No. You're in full control of attracting your best clients. And this is the first distinction. I want all of you, if you take one thing from this training, is to understand that in order to attract pre-motivated and pre-qualified clients, you have to speak to your best client in your marketing. And you have to make the difficult decision to not speak to the people who you could help, but that are actually not the best client for you. And this comes with an emotional, mental, and energetic decision to ask yourself, like, where am I going and who's coming with me? Like, there's a different energy around, like, where am I going? Where do I want my business to be? What is the life that I want to build? What is the type of business that I want to have? And who is the best client for that? And then who's going to come with me? Versus, I wonder, like, I can just help everybody. So I'll just convince them, to like, I can just help you. So come. It's a very different energetic boundary when you are in the space where you're like, this is where I want to go. Who's going to come? Versus like, let me try to help everyone. Let me try to fit into where they're going so I can help them. So that all happens in your message. Your message has to speak to your best client. Your message has to speak to the empowered version of your client so that you call in more of the people who are in an empowered state. And I can go into the details exactly of how to speak to the empowered version of your client, because all of you have different types of clients with different problems. This is what I help you with inside of the Magnetize and Monetize Mastermind, which is my 3-month mastermind, where I teach you how to clarify your message, how to create a signature offer, and then how to create magnetic content that attracts those clients to you, and then the sales process to make sure that they come pre-qualified, pre-motivated, and you feel well equipped to help them make a decision on the phone around a high ticket offer. And this is a trauma-informed process that requires no pressure, that is just presence and holding the space for the client to make a really powerful decision about their future. So that is what I teach you inside of the program. But the main thing that I want you to take away from this live stream, in just this number one thing, like one of the steps to master the art of attracting pre-motivated clients, is that you are in full control of speaking to the right people. And the right people, you have to get clear on like, who is my best person? Not because they have money to pay me, but because of the way that they're going to show up inside of the container. So it's less about your niche, it's less about like the funnel, is less about that, and it's more about who is the person and what is the problem that I want to support them with, and how can I speak to the highest level of their problem? How can I speak to the higher level version of my client who is in a more empowered state? And this is your job to figure out. But if you want support, apply. All right, let me just check the comments. Hey, Stella, how are you? Beautiful. So good to see you. Hi, Claudia, Emily, Monica, Lisa. So good to see you, ladies. Okay. So I want you to ask me any questions that you have about the first practical step. So practical step is making sure that you're super clear on who is the person. And you guys, by the way, please don't hear me say, what do they drink for, like, what's the green smoothie that they drink in the morning? What magazines do they read? Are they married? Are they single? Do they have kids? Not this at all. This is not what I'm talking about. All of those exercises are like, useless. I'm going to say it. They're useless because it doesn't give you an insight into the psychological profile of this person, the journey where, like, at what point of their journey are they in? This is not helpful when you think about the freaking, what clothes do they wear? Do they have friends? Do they have kids? Like all of that, it's not what I'm talking about. That's like an ideal client, like avatar profile that like makes no difference in your business. It's just busy work. I'm talking about really thinking about the person, the characteristics, the character traits that they need to have in order to be successful in your program with you to create results, and then speaking to the problem that they have in the point of their journey that they're in. So I know there's a couple of things to consider, but these are the things that I teach you inside of my program. And these are the things that even if you don't work with me, you can go away and think about for yourself. Hey, Corian. Okay. So, and just make sure that I didn't miss anything. So speak to your best client, your content, the ones that are ready for the transformation. Okay, yeah, so last sentence on this one is making sure that you're speaking to people who are ready for the transformation versus people who need to be convinced, right? So many times I see content that's convincing. Convincing people like, hey, I want you. Okay, let me give you an example. I had somebody on the phone years ago and she was selling a weight loss program to like people who were overweight by like 100 pounds. And she was so passionate about it. And she had a problem. She didn't have clients. And, or she was kind of like, maybe she was like at 5K per month, but like selling, like really burning, like not premium clients, like burning herself to the ground. And when we talked, I asked her like, why do you want to work with people who are over 100 pounds? And she's like, well, because I know they need it so much, but every time I talk to them, they don't even want to change. And I'm like, okay, so why are you trying to sell people who don't want to change to a weight loss program? She's like, but because they really need it. So she was really passionate about it, but they weren't ready. They didn't want it. Or she wasn't speaking to the person who wanted it, who had, the weight to lose, but who actually wanted it. So she was convincing people that they needed it. So she was speaking to people who were not bought in to the transformation, who needed to be convinced. And that is going to feel very heavy. It's going to feel hard. It's going to feel like you write content, but it doesn't convert because you're literally going against the wall, speaking to the wrong audience. So this is why I want all of you to hear that and think about, where am I speaking to the people who need to be convinced, and why? Why? Is it because I want to save them? And I think a lot of coaches that I talk to, we have such a big heart. We want to help people, right? It's like, but I know I can help you. And in that moment, you have to make that energetic decision of yes, and are they the best people for me, for where I'm going, right? And it's going to take some decision. You can make the decision in an instant, right? But it takes your emotion, your willingness to know that there's a whole other world of premium clients who are ready for you. Even though you don't see them, they're available. And that is really where my clients either get success or doubt, and takes them longer, when they're in full belief that there are clients that are premium, and they just go, even though the evidence isn't there, and then they just start blowing up, right? But when you start doubting the process, it's when it's easy to doubt, right? But my invitation to all of you is, if you go to clarify your message, even just on your own, make sure that you believe up until when it becomes a reality, like that you stay committed to your message, that you stay committed to experimenting. I'm not saying like believe and like pray to God that they come. It's actually experimenting with your message and tweaking it until you create the result that you desire. Okay, so practical step number 2, how to get recognized, remembered, and trusted for your work. So one of the things that is important for people to come pre-sold, pre-motivated, pre-qualified, pre-everything is that they recognize you in their minds as somebody that they trust, right? Like, period. It's not like premium clients invest at a premium level, but it's important that you do your part and you create trust with the client. You can create trust in many different ways, but today I'm going to share just a couple of ways, okay? So one of the ways that you can create trust, which is totally in your power, and that a lot of people don't realize the power of just like this simple thing, is the compound effect of your consistency in saying the same thing over and over and over again. Like, I kid you not. Sometimes I feel like I'm like, people must really be bored to hear me talk about messaging all of the time. Like, they must really be over it. And even that voice comes online, and I now just know that is just that is In fact, what helps me become recognized in this space that I'm always standing for the same message. So your commitment and your consistency to your message, to not changing your mind every month because it didn't work or you didn't get a lead, so now you're changing your niche, like all of that breaks trust with your audience. It's more like, just think about it. It's like if somebody's changing their mind all the time, you kind of just wait for them to like land on something, so that, because what if they change their mind like in like next month, right? And so your ability to stay consistent in your message literally will help you create so much momentum that you don't even need to work at all for it. Like right now, because I have stayed consistent with my message, I literally didn't even have to do a launch in order to fill my program. I literally could just cross my arms and do nothing and I will get leads, right? Because I've stayed consistent, because I've built a body of work that talks about the same problem, that helps my clients understand that I am an expert. I am the best in the industry to help you clarify your message. And I have plenty of testimonials to back that up. But it's because I have stayed committed and consistent, even in the times where I'm like, I think I could really do something else. I don't know. Like, I'm confused about this. I'm confused about that. I was like, no, I'm staying committed, because I like the way that I talk to myself when I want to change my mind is I always connect with my future self. And I know she's like this, like, stay committed. And my inner child is like, no, let's change. It's not working, right? And I just say to myself, I love you too much to have you start from the beginning. I love you too much. Everything that you have done is so powerful, is so monumental that like, I love you too much to let you lose that, to let you like throw that out, like out the window, because like one day, 2 days, like no matter like how long it takes, like I love you too much to let all of the work and all of the love you've put into this like go away, right? And of course, if I want to change my mind and start some other business at any point, I will do it, but it's about where I'm coming from. So if you're coming from the place of it's not working, I'm gonna change, thinking that the grass is always greener on the other end, you're going to experience that if your thought is not working, it's not going to work whenever you change your niche. But if you're coming from the place of like, no, I feel like this is working and I want to shift, it's a different conversation, right? So it's so important that in order for us to be recognized in the minds of our clients, we just make it really easy for them to remember us. And you guys, it doesn't have to be complicated. It's just as simple as committing to your message and staying consistent. Like, do it for a year. Right? Like, I had my client Eugenia yesterday share that she joined the Magnetize and Monetize Mastermind. She wanted to change her niche to talk to more premium clients. So we shifted her niche because she really wanted to. She's already working in her current niche, but she wanted to work with a different type of clientele. So I was like, okay, great. And throughout the 3 months, there were a lot of times where she's like, it's not working. And I'm like, stay committed. Let's make these tweaks. Look at how you are still speaking to your old client instead of the new client. She got the coaching. She kept on tweaking her message. And now she just had a $250K launch with a brand new offer in a brand new niche, right? Like in the last month. It's crazy, right? And she finished the year at 500K. The year before she was at 400K. And she just had a 250K launch. Like, she made more than half for, is it like, I don't know the math, but like 250K in a month versus 400K in a year. Amazing, right? And so it's so important that you know that it's not just like rainbows and butterflies. You make a decision and then it all works out. I mean, sometimes, but there's a lot of times that it requires tweaking. And I'm just like gonna be very real with you that it's important for you to stay committed to your message. And then eventually, it doesn't have to take long, but it lands with people. People start remembering what you're saying. People start like trusting you because you talk about the problem better than they could describe it themselves. And that is what creates a level of trust with your message. So one of the lines that I want you to remember is what gets repeated gets remembered. The more you stay consistent with that message and you continue tweaking it, the more people are going to remember you. Hey, Sonia. Hey, Claudia. Hey, Charlotte. How are you, beautiful? Charlotte is joining again the Magnetize and Monetize Mastermind round 2. So excited. You guys have crushed it, you and Grace. Okay, time for some water. So, give me a 2 in the comments if you got point 2. if you got that, in order to be recognized and remember, like one of the important things to master the art of attracting pre-sold, pre-motivated clients is thing number 2, to stay consistent with your message and commit to it even when you really want to change your mind. Yes, Sonia says 2. Okay, perfect. Monica says 2. Amazing. Great. Okay. Now, practical step number 3, in order to be able to master the art of attracting pre-sold, pre-motivated clients to your premium offers without having to change your niche, is to make sure that you have, which what I mean by that is saying, you want to have people who are a yes on the phone, right? Like, period, okay? So in my process, what I teach you is, yes, have a premium offer, but also have a process where you enroll people on your calls, right? Because it requires connection for people to feel like they're the right fit for you. And so in the beginning, I teach, do some sales calls, right? I am at the level where I'm like phasing out of sales calls because I have so much high demand that I don't need it. But I really recommend that you do that because you learn so much about the sales process. It's much easier for the person to be connected with you and making sure that you're holding the space for them to make a decision, and many other reasons. But one of the things is you want to make sure that you know how to convert clients or the right clients to your offers, right? And so the key in order to be able to do that is to make sure that in your marketing, I'm not going to go into the sales process right now, but in order to create the result of people saying yes, that result doesn't happen just on the sales call. That result happens in your marketing, okay? And so there are things that help you create that buy-in, that yes in their minds, and that all happens in your content, that all happens in your live streams, that all happens before people show up on the call, right? And those things that are important are 3 things that you want to do in your content. Number 1, you want to help people believe in themselves and their ability to create a result, okay? So versus what bro marketing is, what like scarcity marketing is, and urgency, and like all of that marketing, it's like bro marketing. It's all about like, you need me in order to get a result. If you don't do it with me, you're not going to get a result. Or if they put people in fear that unless they buy from them, then they're not going to get a result. And this is an outdated way of marketing. In fact, it creates a really dysfunctional relationship between you and the client because they join thinking that you're going to save them. And then when you don't save them, because you can't save them, we cannot save people, then they literally create a trauma response. They enter a trauma response thinking, being disillusioned that this is going to be some kind of like savior person that is going to come and like, take them to the promised land. And the reality is that our results, your clients' results, come from their thoughts, from their feelings, from their actions, not from some person saving them, right? This is why bro marketing doesn't work in the long term, doesn't create transformation, because that type of marketing just scares people into making a rational decision, taking an action that is not coming from a place of certainty and sufficiency, but a place of fear. And so in your marketing, what you want to do is help people believe in themselves, help people, show them why they're already capable. They already have more than they need in order to create the result that they want. They just need some tweaking. And maybe it's like a big tweak, but it's reminding them that they are self-sufficient. They can create the results that they want versus putting them in a fear response. And I teach you this inside of the program, right? So that you attract empowered, motivated clients. But this is the one thing that I want you to take away from this. Where in your content can you present the problem to the right person and remind them that they are actually very capable of creating that result? Because when you do that, they show up to your calls being like empowered, right? Think about it. They think that the result is available to them. And this is all something that you can create in your marketing, okay? Claudia says exactly. Kara says exactly. Amazing. Okay. I could go on and on and on and on about the bro marketing, but like, you guys, this is a whole conversation. We talk about that inside of the mastermind. Okay. So thing number 2 that you want to do. So there are 3 things that you want to do in order to create that result of having people be pre-sold on your call, right? So number 1, they have to believe, there are 3 things they need to believe. 1, in themselves, okay? Number two, they have to believe in your offer, okay? So it's your job in your marketing to show them that your offer works, that your offer there's a pathway for them to create a result. You have to make that very clear to them. You have to be abundantly clear about the steps, about what we're going to do. And this is important because I think some people just think like, oh, let's just write some cute content, inspirational, that is going to make people feel good about themselves. And they forget that what people actually buy at the end of the day is a result. And your offer creates that result, is the pathway for them to create that result, is the container in which you're going to teach them for them to create a result, right? And so it's important that you help them believe in your offer. And there are different ways that you can do that, how you can do that. I teach you all of that inside of the program. But right now, the one thing that I want to share with you is, are you clear on the steps that you take people through, on the pillars of transformation that you guide your clients through, so that they see it? They're like, okay, I'm going to work with this person. I trust her. I see her all the time. She has this pathway, or this container, this number of steps that I'm going to go through in order to create this result. Okay. You want to put their logical brain at ease, because at the end of the day, we are emotional beings. We make emotional decisions, and we come from an emotional place when we make decisions, but our logical brain needs to be like tended to, right? Like we need to make sure we make it easy for people to make a rational decision as well, for them to see, this is the path that I'm gonna go through, right? So for example, my Magnetize and Monetize Mastermind, there are 3 things we do. Number 1, I help you unlock your unique brilliance so that you can stand out from everyone in the marketplace. So I help you find out who is the elevated version of your client, what makes you different from everyone in the marketplace, what is your offer, the signature offer that's going to be the premium package, and what's your message. Then the second thing that we do is I help you create magnetic content so that we attract people to your offer. And then the final step is I teach you how to monetize your influence, which is how to take all those people who are interested in your offer and have a beautiful sales process that can convert them into clients. Right? So those are the 3 things that we do inside of my program. Do you see how I just laid it out? It's important that you think that for yourself. What is the pathway? How can I help my client believe in my offer? And it's not just the steps, but it's my belief in my offer. Do I believe in the steps? Do I believe that I can create a result and a transformation for my clients? And that is important, because once people hop on the phone with you, they're like, those steps, signing up. Like, I want that. I need that, and that, right? So it's important that we make it easy for clients to be like, oh yeah, that's the process. That's what I'm gonna learn. That's what I'm gonna create at the end of working with you. Cool? All right. I love the love hearts. And then the final thing, hey Jenna, the final thing they need to believe in is in you. Okay, so they need to believe in themselves, that they can create the result that they want. They need to believe in your offer, that you have the pathway to help them get there. And they need to believe in you. They need to believe in you as their coach. Okay, and here's the trick to that, you guys, that most people think that in order to believe in you, you have to kind of sell them on you. This is not how it works. This is not how it works. You have to believe in you first as a coach. Like, you have to look in the corners and take the cobwebs in your brain and in your heart and in your internal sphere around where do you not believe that you are the best coach for your people? Where do you believe that there's someone better than you that maybe makes you not worthy to attract premium clients? Where are you not seeing yourself as the best coach for your clients? Start there before you try to sell somebody on why you're the best person, because then you're going to come off from the energy of convincing versus the energy of knowing internally. Like, I know I am the best person to help my clients. I know that I'm the best person to help my clients clarify their message and attract premium clients and expand their emotional and mental capacity to hold more, to scale their businesses. I just know it. But it wasn't because I was trying to convince somebody and then they were like, you are the best. I had to believe way before about myself and my ability to do that, right? And there's going to be a time where you're going to doubt it, and there's going to be plenty of times where you're going to think, I don't know. but you have to work every single day on selling yourself on why you are the best for your clients, period. Even if there's 100 million other coaches that do a similar thing than you. You have to make that irrelevant. You have to make all of that mean nothing. And you have to focus all your energy on why you are the best coach for your clients. When you do that, the way that you write content, the way that you show up to do live streams or to offer value, to create value in the marketplace is going to have a completely different energy, because you're not trying to convince, you're not trying to, convince people. You're just in your knowingness of why you are the best person. And that automatically, when you believe in yourself, other people believe in you. When you have the conviction that you are the best person to help somebody, people will feel that and people will come to you. They will feel safe around you because you feel safe within yourself, right? And you don't have to be, when I say the best, I don't mean be the all solution for people, like be like the multiple, like what am I trying to say? Like the jack of all trades, offer all the solutions in one. None of that, right? It's less about, oh, I have to now offer this and offer that and be this and be that in order to be good enough. Is the opposite. Is how am I already the best coach for my clients as I am, period. And as you build that belief and as you show up in that way, you attract more and more and more clients. And guess what? Your confidence is going to go through the roof, and then you're going to have a lot of evidence that that's just who you get to be. That's just who you are in the world. In the beginning, it's going to take that edge, like that gap, that it's on you to really to hold space for you in that belief. And of course, when you join my mastermind, this is the beauty of having a program, a container where not only I'm holding the belief for you, but there's another 20 people holding the belief for you. So it becomes very easy to relax and know, relax and trust and really continue building that self-trust without just you being alone, kind of like, am I being crazy about this? Because you have to be a little bit delusional to believe you are the best. But this is how you create unprecedented results, not by believing like you're average, not by doing what average people do, not by doing what most coaches or most people charge, or not by believing what most people believe. Is by doing the opposite, being the extraordinary one out of the bunch that's willing to go places that most people are like, I don't know, you're a little bit delusional. Guess what? When we're delusional, we get like exceptional results. And so you have to do that for yourself. Even if you don't work with me in the mastermind, this is where you have to hold yourself in that deep belief that I am the best coach for my clients. And I know that because if I attract a client today at a premium rate, I'm gonna love on them. I'm going to serve them to the deepest level. I know I can show up for my clients no matter what. This is how I started believing. I'm like, worst case scenario, I'm just going to get on the phone and solve the problem. Right? Like I know I have the emotional capacity to hold space for a client's transformation. Like I know I can do that. At the end of the day, people want somebody who can offer them a result and who has their back so that they can trust them. And can you do that? I want you to ask yourself, can I do that for my clients? And I think the answer for most of you is going to be yes, at least for those of you who are really ready to go to that premium level. So that is the third thing, okay? So 3 things that they need to believe in order to come pre-sold, pre-motivated, pre-qualified is they have to believe in themselves to create the result. They have to believe in your offer, and they have to believe in you as a coach, okay? This is what I call the belief triad. I actually learned this from one of my mentors from years ago, who's actually my mentor again now, Stacy Smith. And literally that was one of the most powerful things that I have, continued to really develop and like hone in and come back to. And I guarantee that if you work on those 3 things, you will experience different results in your business. But it's a daily commitment, okay? I'm not gonna say, oh, do it once and then you'll be good. It's a daily commitment, okay? Hey, Madeline. Okay, so I'm going to do a quick recap and take any questions if you have any. But in the meantime, if this resonated with you, if you're like, oh my God, everything you're saying, I know I want an upgrade around. I feel like my weaker spot, the spot that I know I want to work on is in clarifying my message, creating a really beautiful signature package that is premium, feel really confident in my ability to deliver that and create content that is going to attract people to me, if you know that that is your edge, whether you are at the 6-figure level or at the multiple 6-figure level, I invite you to apply to the Magnetize and Monetize Mastermind, which is my 3-month program where you and I are going to be in a group with another 20 amazing humans, and we're going to be working on clarifying your message so you can consistently attract premium clients. And you're going to have not only my support coaching you every single week in a very intimate container of about 10 to 15 people, because I split the group in two because we have different time zones. Not only you're going to have my support, but you're going to have also the support of my copywriter, my copy coach, who is going to be giving you feedback on your copy, on your messaging during the week, Monday through to Friday for 12 weeks. It's like, you will not find this anywhere else at this investment level. You just will not. It's the Rolls Royce of marketing. You literally will not need another marketing program ever again, because I really focus on the principles that are timeless. You can use everything that I teach you in any platform in any year. It will work forever, because what I teach you is how to communicate the value of your work in a really clear way. And that, my friends, you can do in video, you can do in TikTok, you can do in any places. Like, it's not limited to a platform, to a strategy, to a tactic. You will be able to take what you learn here and make money in any other business you will ever create in the future, because I teach you what it looks like to communicate the value of your work in a really powerful way. So there are only 4 spots left. It always sells out. Literally, I had to cancel the launch because there's so much high demand for this program. By the way, inside of the program, I teach you how to create high demand and how to sell out your launches, because I share with you my magnetic launch formula, which is a process that I developed to sell out my launches. And I can tell you, after having done it, I think I've launched 4 or 5 times this program. Using that method, now I don't even have to launch, because there's so much consistent high demand that I want that for you. I want you to be able to experience that. And so everything I teach is what I have been able to create. I'm the walking, the best walking testimonial on top of all of my client testimonials that you can go and check it out. And it's just one of the most beautiful. You'll be so held in this experience. And I don't just teach you the strategy, but I really also go into the mental and emotion, like helping you expand your mental and emotional capacity to become a really powerful CEO, a really powerful coach, and just know how to hold yourself, how to love yourself to success. We don't hustle, we don't rush, we don't self-punish, we don't make ourselves feel bad in order to take action. I really teach you how to understand your emotions as you are elevating into the next level, and how to work with your emotions in order to fuel what you want to do, and how to hold space for yourself in your transformation. And so there's the most comprehensive way to support you and coach you. Literally, there's no one out there doing it. So if you're curious to have that deep level of support, I invite you to apply. When you click apply and then you fill out the form, you're going to be asked to put a $500 deposit, and that will be refunded to you if you are not the right fit. If you are the right fit, it's going to be put towards your the investment. And that's it. I just only talk to people who are highly committed, because we've had 40 applications this round, and we can only take people who are I'm committed to exploring if this is the right fit for me. So you can book a call if you're ready to take out, I want this mastermind, I'm ready to go. Then you can use the call so that we can create a strategy for you to make your money back quickly. Or if you're I'm not sure, Juliana, I'm really committed, I'm really serious about this, but I'm not sure if this is the right mastermind for me, then you can book the call for select the option of I'm not sure if this mastermind is right for me, and we'll just make a decision on the phone, and I'll just hold space to see what's the best for you. And I know that some people feel what if I don't want to be pressured? And just know that I never make an offer to somebody who is not the right fit, because I don't want you to be in my container if you're not the right fit. It's not going to be good for me. It's not going to be good for you. I only take clients that I really believe that I can help, that I feel really confident in their ability, in my ability. So if I don't feel like you're the right fit, I'm going to tell you. I have no shortage of clients. So it's just going to be one of those, it's going to be a really easy yes or an easy no. Cool? So I think the link is in the comments. And hey, Olga, I invite you to apply. We start on February 15th. and you get access to everything right away. The modules, the first module will help you make your money back. You have the opportunity to make your money back in the first week. So let's just say you book a call, we talk next week, and you sign up, you get access to everything even before we get started. So you have an opportunity to make your money back within that first module, which a lot of my clients do. And so I just wanted to share that with you because you guys is the best program, and I'm unbiased, but it really is in the market for attracting premium clients. So if you ladies have no questions, I'm gonna let you all go. I'm gonna check, I don't see any questions. I'm gonna let you all go. Tomorrow, I'm gonna be doing an interview with one of my clients who joined the last round of the mastermind, Jessica. She was charging $555 for her manifestation program. And guess what? She started charging $120,000 and she signed her first $120,000 client just like 3 weeks into the program. So I'm gonna ask her all of the questions and you guys will get to see the magic. And if you are curious, if you have any other further questions, you can send me a message. But really go and check out the testimonials. I think that's really gonna give you an insight into the ability that you can have to join the program, and like no matter where you're at, you'll be able to get so much. But really, this is for you, by the way, if you already are attracting clients and now you really wanna take that to the next level. So if you're already attracting clients, but now you're like, I really wanna go premium, that is the sweet spot where I want you all to be. Okay, love you all. Have an amazing, thank you, Olga, you're so sweet. Have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you ladies tomorrow. Bye.